What's up, guys? I'm Chris.
Yes, he is. And I'm Sean.
And we're the Whiskey Noobs. And we think we got a fun episode for you.
Yes. Quite possibly.
We've got a new toy, or Sean has a new toy. I'm just, by association, I guess I have a new toy.
A refractometer.
Refractometer.
Yeah, so there's some deliberation on how we should say that, of course, and hopefully we'll get it right. By
Just be clear, there's a right way and there's a wrong way, and we'll just leave it at that.
That's right.
So I was watching a YouTube video of, it was somewhere, weird country. Like, where were we watching? Where were they at?
What are you talking about?
Was it the Netherlands? Anyway, they were in a country where you wouldn't normally think about whiskey.
Yeah.
And they were going around to different distillers and checking the alcohol volume of the actual barrels. Mm-hmm. And they had this really cool meter. They just stuck it in there, they pulled it out, and it gave them a digital reading, right? So in, digital reading done. Yeah. And I was like, oh, we should totally have one of those. So Sean started looking them up, and come to find out they're like
thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars. Okay, so that was kind of like out of the budget. It wasn't going to happen, right? So Sean came up with the wonder of Amazon.
I did.
Onto this device that'll actually do the same thing. Yeah. Just it's not a digital reading. You actually have to view it with the eye.
It is, yeah. And it's a few more steps other than just here and here.
But and keep in mind, we're not scientists.
No.
And so we thought we would bring it out. And Sean's actually played with it a little bit and tested it. So we are aware that it actually works. There is one whiskey that apparently has some questionable proof to it. Yeah. We won't mention that one, just because I think we need to play around with it a little more, just to figure out what's going on with it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's the only one I've tested that is not, I would say, 98% accurate.
Right.
I mean, it's
pretty all the others were within 1 point.
Yeah, 0.1 or point whatever. I mean, it was just so close.
So it's going to be interesting to see what's going on with that one. But everything else we've tested has been dead on. Yeah. So when we were first talking about getting it, my big thing was I really wanted to know what was in our infinity bottles.
That was the whole thing, the whole reason. We were like, hey, wonder what the proof is. How do we find that out?
And so it would be really neat to be able to keep track of where the proof is on our infinity bottles as our whiskey journey develops and grows, and as we, because right now we're moving higher proof.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see if our infinity bottles, well, of course, I mean, logically they would follow higher proof, right? And so it's going to be kind of neat to test that. Yeah. And then we owe the middle jar to my wife. It was her idea. We actually have some shine, some good Kentucky shine in the refrigerator. And I only break this stuff out on like special occasions. So
special occasions.
I mean, it was full at one point. See, we have been drinking it. And on the top of the lid, it must be true. It says 120. So it should be 120 proof based off of the good old boy from Kentucky that tells us that it's 120 proof. They can put a star beside of it, so
they're pretty sure.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we've got a 100 proof Cooper's Craft. Yeah. We've got 120 on the moonshine. Ish. And we've got a question mark on my infinity bottle. I'm
gonna throw a number out there.
What do you think it's at?
92.
You think it's at 92?
92 proof.
That's awfully low.
I remember tasting it the other night, and I think it's at 92. Should we write it down?
I know how many bottled and bond bottles are in that, and how many plus 100 proof bottles are in that.
And I know how many below 90 proof you've put in there.
Yeah, but it's been a while since they've been in there. All right, so anyway. There might be some competition going on between infinity bottles right now.
I might know the alcohol
he knows on his, but
bottles,
and he's been on a little bit of a spending spree lately. So if he beats me, that's just because he's bought more whiskey lately. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, maybe.
But I definitely think we should try this thing out.
Absolutely.
So where do we want to start?
Oh, well, let's start with the Coopers.
Okay.
It is 100 proof, supposedly.
You want to out of the bottle, or you want to put it in a glass?
Let's just use your glass.
Okay.
That way we can just...
Yeah, I guess I am drinking Cooper, so...
Yeah, do you want to top it off until we get a good fresh pour? Mine's empty, so... Ish. Mine's empty. All right.
Sean's
So
gonna get all sciencey.
yeah, maybe a little.
Bring it this way.
Oh, there we
Get it out of the way.
go. All right. This is a pretty cool. This is a pretty cool little deal. $22 off at eBay. A refractometer.
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked at some on
No one buys off eBay anymore.
Unless you're buying vinyl records. Yeah, so Amazon. So this is $22 off of Amazon. You look on the side, it has a whole list of things that they make that you can use, like honey and alcohol and brewing. So when I was looking at antifreeze is on here, just in case. So what I will say is when I was shopping...
Why are you... Okay. You would think that people who are making antifreeze would have a fancier device.
I couldn't agree more. That's why I was like antifreeze.
Than
like
a $22
yeah.
device off of Amazon.
Oil.
I just don't even understand.
Anyway,
but okay.
So there are many uses for different ones. So here's what I'm going to say. If we have piqued your interest and you go onto Amazon and you're looking for it, just remember, read the description because there are some for beer, there are some for wine, there are some for, as we mentioned. And the one we got, it specifically says for spirits that are up to 80%. And so, which is 160 proof is the highest you can do. Yeah. And it goes all the way down to, well, it goes below 80 proof.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah, you'll see on the meter.
Well, we're not going to find any whiskeys less than 80 proof. So for what we need, it's
we
that
American honey might be.
yeah, actually, I think you're right. I think it's like 35% or something.
So, pretty cool little deal here. You can get adjustable.
I will say that for the price you paid for it,
it's
pretty fancy.
Yeah,
it's amazing to me actually what you can get for that amount of money. It's
I agree.
cheap.
Yeah, I agree. And it's got a nice case, got a little screwdriver, and some little. What would you call these?
Pipette.
A pipette.
Pipette.
A pipette. Thank you.
So if you haven't figured out, folks, the smartest of the three people in this room is my wife. She sits behind
Who
the
you
camera.
haven't met and is behind the camera.
It wouldn't be as much fun to see somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So
Whiskey Noobs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So the way this works as a refractometer, the lens on here, once we put the liquid on, we close it. The light will allow us in some scientific way.
We had a debate about whether or not we would try to explain how this works, and I told Sean, there's no way we can explain how it works.
No.
We're gonna look like idiots.
No.
Like, we just look.
And so I have succeeded. You're welcome.
We could have researched this, and, read some textbooks, read some online forums.
We're not scientists.
No, I just want to know what proof my infinity bottle is.
So I am just dabbing a little on there, and I'm not going to get specific. We'll put it back there so we don't waste any. Close this down, and I will just say the key is to make sure when you close it down that it completely seals.
You want equal coverage.
You want equal coverage.
The liquid.
Yes, sir.
On
So
the lens.
who's doing the honors?
Here, I want to look.
All right, Chris is going to check, and I'm going to hold the light. It came with a fancy little LED light, and so you put it here, and it gives a good view. It would be really cool if we could actually show you what we're seeing.
All right, so how much was this thing?
It was 100 proof, so it should be 50%.
No, how much did you pay?
Oh, $22.
$22. All right, so I'm telling you right now. So we know this is 100 proof, right?
Yeah.
We're rating dead on 50%.
Okay.
So it's accurate.
Yeah.
And again, we've already tested it, and with only one exception.
One exception.
And we think that's more just the fact that the labeling on the bottle is a little off.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we can figure.
As we always try and plan ahead, I forgot to get something to wipe this off with. So
that's okay. We have a wonderful assistant behind the camera. Assistant, producer, director,
historian.
She says fact checker.
Yes.
Historian.
Invaluable.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
knows what a pipette is.
So there we go. All right. This is yours.
Oh, thank you.
Now we are going to do the moonshine.
120 proof. We should see a...
There's a caveat on this, and I didn't think about this before we did it. So I tested this on some vodka, and it didn't read. Yeah, and so this will be interesting because...
It didn't read.
It didn't read at all. The vodka that I tested, and it's clear, so I'm wondering if it has to have some color to it in order to test.
So this may not work?
Yeah, it just hit me. I was like, oh, I tested vodka.
Are we drinking this or are you just testing it?
Well, if we're going to pour it, somebody's going to have to finish it. We're not going to use all of it, but, I mean... Or
I have to be like in a mood for moonshine.
Can I get...
Well, if we're going to pour it, I'm going to have some too.
Oh, Okay. Or he's in a mood.
If it doesn't read,
yeah,
could you technically add food coloring to it to maybe?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just lent.
I was just it threw me off because I tested some of my significant other's vodka, and just out of curiosity, which didn't read at all.
We got so excited to be able to test the moonshine.
I know, and now I'm just like, oh my gosh, it may not work.
But you know how the good old boys do it. It's like they shake it, and I don't know. They like it's like reading the stars. They look at the bubbles. I have no idea how to do that, but that's how they do it. Something about the bubbles tells you what.
120 proof. There you go.
I was gonna say 118. I was gonna say 118.
No, to be
There's a few less bubbles for
exact.
120.
All right. So here we go.
I'm gonna be really disappointed if this doesn't work.
I know. And I thought about that, but I had to break it to everybody just in case, because I had insider knowledge. So, all right, that was messy. You?
No, you go for it.
Oh, because you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, because I don't want to be disappointed.
I need a light. This is your favorite part.
I think it's hilarious that it comes with this little light.
Did you add a K to that word? Hilarious. Okay, it worked.
Did it work?
But it is not 120.
Oh no, we've been lied to.
It is 118. Here you go.
118.
Yeah, check it out. It's below 160. It's below 60.
All right, I'm reading 56.
What? 56?
56.
No.
Bordering on 57.
Oh, so okay, so not even close to 120.
So I'm reading 56. So that would be
I need to see it again.
That'd be 112.
Yeah, I need to see it again. Because I was reading 58 or 59. Oh, it went down more. Okay, it decreased since I looked at it. I'm not lying.
Well, now we got to test it again.
All right. No, it really did. When I looked at it, it was a solid like 58 or 59.
All right, so let's wipe it off the chart.
Just barely below.
We think it's just evaporating? No, not that quickly.
Maybe it's moonshine. We don't know what that is.
Look, I failed chemistry class. Straight up failed it, so like I have no idea. I'm just saying. All right, read it fast. I'm gonna hold the light. Close it up.
All right, you're gonna read it.
Ready? No, you read it.
No, you read it.
Oh,
I read it last time, and I know what I got, so I'll do the second reading this time.
All right, I can get 57.
Are you really? Solid 57?
Solid 57.
All right. I can't see. Yeah, it's 57. Okay.
Okay.
That's solid. There we go.
So 114 proof.
Yeah.
So pure alcohol, rubbing alcohol, evaporates in under 1 minute.
Like how much?
No, she like completely evaporates in 1 minute is what she's saying.
Oh, if
Like
you just put it on the
alcohol,
table, we just put it on the table in a puddle, it would just...
Yes, but I don't know what the percentage is for rubbing alcohol versus moonshine.
Well, truth be told, you know, a lot of folks will say like, you know, you can use this to peel paint. This is a lower proof than quite a few whiskeys in our collections.
It is.
Selections.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's, you know, so, but yeah, it's still respectable. It's not 120, so whoever was reading the bubbles on that jar was not accurate.
And so my more...
Or it could be.
Yeah.
This is not a completely airtight
and over
container.
time. Yeah.
And it's probably been in my refrigerator for, I don't know, 2 years. So, I mean, it's very possible.
Oh, yeah.
It's just lost some proof.
Yeah, it could have easily.
So maybe it was 120 at some point.
Yeah. So it's 114 now, so it's only lost 6 proof.
All right. So we've got the fun one left. Oh, we got to have our moonshine.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
Hold on.
Ooh, that's moonshine. So, folks, leave us a comment if you've had moonshine and you've had flavored moonshine. But what I'd really love to hear is what is the wildest flavor of moonshine you've ever had?
Oh.
Because for me, I can tell you what mine was.
Yeah.
Jalapeno whiskey. They used jalapenos in the mash.
Really? Oh, they didn't just put flavor in it.
They used jalapenos in the mash.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and then, and I'm telling you, that stuff, woo, it burned 3 different ways.
Oh, that's moonshine. Through and through. 114 proof is a lot different if it hasn't sat in a barrel for a few years. That's all I'm going to say.
It's actually pretty yummy.
I mean, it's smooth. Yeah.
All right, so we get to do the fun part now.
We do.
We get to find out what my infinity bottle is.
What created it all.
All right, so
Yes.
It's just so confusing when we say proof and percentage. What percentage do you think it is? Because that's what this reads. So what percentage do you think my bottle is?
46.
46%.
Yeah.
It's not even
46.
It's not even fair.
Oh, and so I
get no self-respect.
I need to tell everybody what I feel like my infinity bottles are. So my rye is 51%. And my bourbon infinity bottle, wait for it, is 55%, 110 proof.
Okay, all right. You pretty much built that infinity bottle with all plus 100 proof.
No, I started out with stuff that was sub 100 proof.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Let's find out. I want to know what my number is. I want to know.
Okay.
We're at the point where we try my infinity bottle.
All right.
All right, so here's the infinity bottle. I'm going to say this is 49%.
Okay.
Just below 100 proof. I'm going to say it's 49%.
Okay.
All right. I get to read it because, I don't trust you.
All right.
What did I say?
You said 49.
What does it say, Sean?
Oh, you got the light way over here.
Oh, gosh. I can't hold a light right?
No.
It might help if I put glasses on. I can see.
It is 48 and a half.
You're a dick.
It is 49.
It's 49, dead on.
I'm impressed.
I'm dead on.
Nice job.
So that just goes to show that it really has evolved, because you're right. When I started out my infinity bottle, everything was pretty much 100 or below.
Yeah.
And so here lately I've gone 100 or above, and it's kind of pulled that proof up.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy that this is almost 100 proof, and yours was 105 proof. That's
110, sir.
Oh.
110.
I was hoping maybe you'd see
No,
over that.
now my... But you know what I've added to that.
I know. You've added some pretty high proof stuff.
That's why.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, to have, 49% in my infinity bottle,
for what you've put in recently with a lot of the Irishes and Scotches that you've kind of branched
that
off
is
on.
true. I haven't thought about that.
That's why I thought so low.
All right.
Yeah.
So I haven't given as much consideration to the Irishes or Scotches that go into it. Yeah. So they probably have not helped things. We should have a contest. Now you just cheat. You just pour 134 proof Jack Daniels into your bottle.
So we didn't even get to the contest. He automatically thinks that I'm going to cheat. Have I ever cheated?
Well,
ever.
I'll tell you why. Because you're all willy-nilly about how much you put in your bottle. So, like,
well, then now we're getting to the rules. Now we're getting to the rules.
And just come back and, like...
You got to make a comeback anyway.
Come back in, like, 3 months and retest our infinity bottles to see who has the higher proof.
Let's do it.
I'm already at a disadvantage because mine's lower.
I know.
And so, you've got that huge decanter, so you can just pump it full of alcohol. Alright, I think we're getting to the point where this video is running long.
It is.
But we've had a lot of fun with this.
We have.
And I'm excited that you bought it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be a lot of, pretty interesting to bring it out in the future, even if just for our infinity bottles.
Yeah. For
future moonshine that we might get, to test, the proof on certain whiskeys that we buy.
Yeah, some of the craft stuff.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So I think we're going to put these bottles away, pull down some more bottles.
Yes.
And we'll film some more stuff. We've got some pretty exciting things to bring you. So
we do.
This actually was supposed to be a very short video. It's turned into a long one. But we've enjoyed it. Thanks so much. I'm Chris.
I'm Sean.
We're the Whiskey Noobs.
See you in a little bit.
Cheers to next time.